Hi, my name's Mick Kenyon. What I'm going to show today is an example of how you can add a blog post to an Adobe Muse website. And there's various options you can use. WordPress is just one of them, and I'll show you a few of the options in a moment. So firstly, really, why do you want to add a blog to a website or an Adobe Muse website? One of the failings with Adobe Muse at the moment is that although it does have in-browser editing in there, it doesn't work particularly well, and it's a bit clunky, and you make changes in the in-browser and it can sometimes mess up the layout a little bit, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem to work particularly well at the moment. I'm sure the Adobe guys will be working hard on getting it fixed, but at the moment it doesn't work great. It's really important to allow your clients to add content easily onto their websites. If for no other reason that a website which has got updated content coming into it all the time is going to outrank in SEO websites which are static and never have any changes made to them, although they might look great. So we'll jump straight in here now then and explain how we can set up this blog. So ideally, the first thing you need to do is to identify yourself a hosting company which offers the cPanel, and there may be other ways of doing it, but this is the way that I do it at the moment. And so once you've got yourself a hosting company which has a cPanel, and I'll jump straight over into my cPanel here, which I've already logged into. This is a typical front page of the cPanel there. But if you scroll down to the bottom there, you'll see something called Softaculous Apps Installer. And in here, you've got a number of options of installing things. And there's an option there, it says blogs. And if you click on there, these are just a few of the blogging options which you've got in there to install onto your Adobe Muse website. And obviously probably the one which most people are familiar with, maybe WordPress. So if we jump into there, and so you have your website set up there at the moment, and you've got an Adobe Muse website already hosted on there. And so what you need to do is add a sub part of of your website where you're going to host your blog site. And so setting up the software here, there's a part here and it says in the directory. So you have your website name, and you might want to put something like, well, for this one, we'll just call it a blog. It seems to fit well. So you've got the way that the directory will work will be click web design / then blog, and then if somebody clicks on that, then they go into your blog. So my blog about me, and site description, Adobe Muse help, that'd do great. And then admin email where you want to any updates, etc. The place you want those to land, or the inbox you want it to go to, and then go down to the bottom then, and then select the theme you want in there. And for this one, we'll just use the right one. And then it's as simple as making sure that you've got that bit changed. Really is the most important part there. What directory do you want it to go into, because you don't want it to overwrite your Adobe Muse website. So once you've selected that, select and the theme you want, and then it's a matter of just clicking the install. And once that's installed, then you're going to get a subdomain in there where you'll have something like this. So this is my own website. So if you click on the blog, then it doesn't look the same as the rest of the website, but you can easily navigate back to it. And you do have the options there, of jumping between, your topics or whatever you're adding onto your blog, etc. And then if you want to return back to your own website, then it's just a matter of clicking on the index up at the top there, or the menu. So we've gone through how to install the WordPress or your preferred blogging platform onto your Muse website. But the next thing we need to do is actually add the navigation into your Adobe Muse so that you can find your new blogging platform. So if we jump over into Muse, and what I've done here is just set up a really simple Adobe Muse website with 4 pages there. So we've got a master and 4 pages. There's no content in any of the pages here. But in the master we've got a little header there, and then so how do we add the menu is we head over to the right hand panel there, into the widgets library, and if we select the horizontal menu for a start and drag that out onto the page, we'll click that there, and my OCD will just center that. There we go. And at the moment we've got the 4 pages added in there, but these are automatic when you add them in this way. That Muse will automatically add these in so they navigate to them, which is no good because it won't actually find the blogging site. So we need to make a couple of changes here, and we do this by adding or changing the menu type from top level pages down to manual. Okay, so that then makes your menu disappear, but you then manually add them in. So you double click on the buttons, and the first thing we'll do is we'll add in home, and then we will then click on the plus arrow at the side of that. Again, double click, and if I can remember, did we have one called contact? And we'll click that off, and was one called about, I think. So about, and then finally the one, or the most important one for this demonstration, the one called blog. Okay, so once I type that in, there we go. So then now you've got the 4 buttons there, but we're not actually navigating to anything because we're doing a manual change. So you click on the first button and you head up to where it says the hyperlinks at the top, and you select home for home, contact for contact, about for about, and of course blog we don't want to add to the blog one because it's going to be the wrong one. So what we do is we type in at the top box there the address, so http, and this is called clickwebdesign.co.uk, and when we added it, the WordPress platform in the cPanel, we added it to the directory called blog. So there we have it. Oh, that isn't going to work because I've done a typo there. HTTP, and we put a T on the end there, and I don't know what I've done there. Anyway, there. So enter that, and we can demonstrate this now. So if I press my Command, Shift and E, that'll open up the window in browser. And the one which we're interested in is the blog. So we click on the blog, and hopefully that opens a page there, which is your new WordPress blog site. So that's all working great and hunky-dory. So the next thing we'll need to do is change the navigation on the blog site, because at the moment, if we head over to my own site here, you'll see that I've added the navigation up at the top there, so it almost marries what we've got on my main website there, so you can navigate to and from. It doesn't look the same, but it's a good workaround. Okay, so the final part of the process is to add the menu into the WordPress site. So if we nip over into the WordPress site, and hopefully you've remembered your login details, and when you log in you'll be taken to your dashboard like this. So first thing to do is to select appearance, down into the menus, and then we need to create a menu, and we'll call that Muse menu, and create. Okay, next thing we need to do is select the main navigation tick box, and then we're going to add custom links. We don't want to make sure that this automatically add new top level pages to this menu is unticked. So we'll add in the custom links, and you need to manually type in the links for all of your pages in here. So the first one is index.html, whoops, and we'll call that home, and add to menu, and then the next one will be about, so we'll stick that in and we'll call that about.html, and again type it in there, add to menu, and then just for the sake of saving a bit of time on this demonstration, we'll just add the blog one in there, and obviously the blog wasn't HTML because it's just going through to the site anyway. So the text there is blog, add to menu. So now you can see we've got the three navigations in there. So we'll save the menu, and once we've saved it, then we can have a look at how that's looking on the WordPress site. So visit site up at the top there. And you can see now that we've got the three menu selections there as well. So after that, it's just customizing the WordPress site as you wish to try and fit in with as close as possible to your Adobe Muse site. So that concludes the video, and I hope you found it useful. Please ping me any feedback you want, and until next time, cheers.